At your bomb there. You have to monitor her. Yes, you know Ogba bus stop. Ogba bus stop. Yeah, Ogba. They discover stand. Ogba bus stop. Just life of action. Where you go? Look at them.
No, I just said it's not I dress now. No worry.
Now to generate. See, if you connect as Manfred, I did generate the
Phone already, man. So, broadcasting.
Open this thing like this.
Under bridge, go where they want to go. I followed them from beginning to the end. Now when they turn, one go GRA side, I will go back. I see many people there. I know this one will cover at last.
Yes, good morning, viewers. Welcome to the program this morning. Bad Standards and the New Standards. I'm Christian Chuku. Today is the 3rd of October 2023. Happy New Month to everyone. Happy New Week to everyone. This morning, may God bless you for watching. Click on the like button and also help us subscribe to the program if you're watching for the first time. Today is Monday, and we're right in Ogba to get people talking on the topical issues that we have this morning. I'm right at the bystands, and we have people at the bystands deliberating on topical issues that we have to discuss this morning. Our committed analysts are here this morning. They're here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Let's start with the Nation newspaper this morning. The Nation newspaper this morning. Yes, I have the Nation and This Day newspaper with me this morning, and very interesting. The Nation newspaper. This is a picture. We have the APC candidates. The headline. There's the APC candidate ready to serve. I'm Hale Hearty says Tinubu. I'm Hale and Hearty says Tinubu. He's been spotted on an exercise bank in a video that went viral yesterday. This is the candidate of the All Progressives Congress. There were speculations and also insinuations that he was in a critical condition. But now this video, however, that is being shown by the APC Asiwaju campaign media team is dousing the doubts, may clear the doubts of many people. Although there are also exceptions to what people think of the video, but as far as we are concerned and as far as we know, this is Tinubu on an exercise bank. Yes, my Facebook page, Christian Chuku, Mr. Olajide. If you want to contact me, go to my Facebook, Christian Chuku, and we can have any other conversations over there. Ohanese to Southeast, don't take Atiku seriously. Ohanese to Southeast, don't take Atiku seriously. Yes, sir. That's Ohanese speaking to the Southeasterners. Federal government to develop 66,761 water schemes. Federal government to develop 66,761 water schemes. Minister bill not political. The minister is saying that the bill is not political. Gunmen abduct Kwara monarch wife and driver. Gunmen abduct Kwara monarch wife and driver. Now kidnapping, abduction is the business of the day. We have many young people venturing into kidnapping. FINA wins BB Niger's 100 million naira prize. FINA wins BB Niger's 100 million naira prize. Unexpected. Many were thinking it was going to be either Bella or some other persons, but the unexpected happened, and we pray what we expect this should reflect in the election. I know some people are praying the same prayer with me. Okay. PDP Board of Trustees may ask Ayu to resign over crisis. PDP Board of Trustees may ask Ayu to resign over crisis. PDP party leaders to meet Wike in Port Harcourt tomorrow. Autumn Ikpeazu Ogwuanyi Makinde brainstorm in Enugu. Emergency NEC meeting underway in Abuja. Yes, PFN to Nigerians, vote competence and not religion. PFN to Nigerians, vote competence, not religion. Yes, I'm Hale and Hearty says Tinubu. That's the picture on the Nation newspaper this morning. 125 die in Indonesia stadium stampede. 125 persons die in Indonesia stadium stampede. At least 12 people died at an Indonesia football stadium when thousands of angry home fans invaded the pitch and police responded with tear gas that triggered the stampede, authorities said. The tragedy on Saturday night in the city of Malang, which also left 323 persons injured. Obey court order. Government tell ASU. Obey court order. Government tell ASU. The federal government yesterday advised the academic staff union of universities ASU to obey a national industrial court ruling that ordered striking lecturers to return to work. Yesterday, the meeting between the Minister of Labor and ASU that was organized by the House of Reps. The minister walked out on the ASU union. The minister walked out. Ngige walked out on the ASU union. That drama, you can look that up on Flip TV. We are going to do that story. How the minister walked out on the ASU union when the House of Reps organized a negotiation between the ASU and the government. Yes, PFN to Nigerians, vote competence and not religion. PFN to Nigerians, vote competence and not religion. Let's go straight to This Day newspaper. Yes, I have This Day newspaper here this morning. Yes, Tinubu roars back, says he's fit and ready to serve. Tinubu roars back, says he's fit and ready to serve. APC PCC holds inaugural meeting this week. For the first time, Buhari excludes ex-Senate President Saraki from national honors. For the first time, Buhari excludes ex-Senate President Saraki from national Honors nominates late Abba Kyari Enahoro for posthumous awards. Nominates Abba Kyari Enahoro for posthumous awards. Lawan Bajabiamila, CJN, Service Chiefs, Okonjo-Iweala, Amina Mohammed, and this day staff, music stars among 435 nominations, the recipients for the national award. Article 2023 is choice between new direction and those who want to sustain current disaster. Article is saying that the 2023 is a choice between new direction and those who want to sustain the current disaster. In last-minute move to keep one house, meet BOT members, Northeast stakeholders next. Wike Ogwai Bazu marking the autumn meeting in Enugu. Emmanuel PDP will get it right in 2023, says it's the only party in Nigeria. PDP will get it right in 2023, says it's the only party in Nigeria. Striker, federal government wants ASU against disobeying a court order. Federal government wants ASU against. I have Mr. Matthew. Go on, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yes, sir. We're talking about the negotiation between the federal government and ASU, hosted by the House of Reps. And so, our understanding, the Minister of Labour worked out on the ASU chairman.
Thank you for having me. Matthew is the name. I think the Minister of Labour, in the person of Dr. Ngigi, his approach for me, I don't like it. When we look at how he has comported himself, how he has behaved all this while, his disposition is not helping the situation. Rather, he's helping to escalate the situation. Because by virtue of his position as the Minister of Labour and Productivity, he has a lot to do in resolving this crisis. But looking at the question you ask, working out of the committee, rep committee that intervening in the crisis, I think for me it is uncalled for. But I can understand that they accuse the ASU chairman of asking Nigerians to vote out. Though he was not direct, but if you infer from what he was saying, he was trying to say that ASU chairman is trying to tell Nigerians to vote out APC. But for me, I think the honorable minister is not handling this issue in a matured manner, in a manner that's expected of a leader of his status. Because when you have a situation of this nature, what the hope on a leader to do is how do you de-escalate the situation? How do you resolve it? Not that you be the one that is making utterances that is likely going to escalate it. He is quick to start asking ASU to obey court order. That he understands that ASU have indicated interest to fight stop execution, but that is not on record that the court have actually granted the stop execution, or whether the case has been listed for hearing. But the issue is not convenient for Ngige to start canvassing that ASU should obey court order. But when federal government flagrantly disobeyed court order in the past, in the case of federal government versus Dasuki, in the case of federal government versus Nnamdi Kanu, nobody saw Ngige.
Terrorism cases. There are cases of one is terrorism and other one is.
The terrorism issue you are mentioning is material. I'm talking about a valid court order that the federal government disobeyed. So what I'm saying in essence is, now that Ngige is now becoming a lawyer, advising us to obey court order, why did he not advise federal government to obey court order when federal government refused to obey the court order that granted Dasuki bail and the one that granted Nnamdi Kanu bail? Several in the past. But again, I think I'm not encouraging anyone to disobey court order anyway. But I think ASU is learning fast from the federal government. Because the federal government set the stage for disobedience to court order. So by the time, that's why in almost all the cases we are advised that federal government should not be the one to be seen to be flouting court orders. Because you are setting bad precedents. Because ASU may start citing federal government disobedience to court order to justify their opposition. Because if you, who is the executive, who even had the power to enforce court order, is the one disobeying court order. When people disobey court order, they will cite your behavior in the past. So for me, I'm not saying anybody should disobey court order anyway. But I think as we're learning fast from the federal government.
Okay, let's look at other reports here. This morning we have the video that went viral yesterday. Presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed-Tinubu. He is hale and hearty at a gym. He's getting ready and very fit for the presidency 2023.
I think for some the health status of the APC.
Are you still praying for quick? They are praying.
I say if.
Trying to vote for anybody. They have been voting for everyone.
They don't tell you men don't allow man to make talk first. Now you make this thing off. How can you bring man to come here to talk?
Hello, 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 hello. Okay, sorry for that. We had a little disconnection there. The voice went off. Yes, Mr. Matthew, you're going to start from the video. What do you believe?
Okay,
Oh yeah.
Okay, like I was saying, looking at the video that went viral from the media handlers of the APC presidential candidate, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. For me, I think that video is not a recent video. Going by the issue at stake, so I have a feeling that if the video is a recent one, the man in question, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, would have used that opportunity to address the issue. He would have used the opportunity to speak to the issue. Because on one hand, we saw a video where the man in question was exhibiting motion. And the media handlers wrote some story to support it. That is hearty that he will start business from the day one. So I have a feeling that if actually it's a recent video, the man would have used the opportunity to speak to those
But it
issues.
was
Then again,
sent by his media.
I agree with you that his media handlers released
So
the
you
video.
are doubting the media.
I'm saying that video for me is not a recent one. Because if you are accused of, if there's any allegation against you, and you have an opportunity to speak to the issue, jumping, running, riding, when you have your voice, is it not better you directly speak to the issue?
Okay.
But again, as a human being, I think whatever situation he finds himself, if actually he's facing health challenge, I pray for his spirit to recover.
Let's look at the PDP. What's happening in PDP now? IU may be sacked. Looking at the allegations against him, as some of the findings and revelations that this house loan, 28 million, 36 million. Let me get your.
To be quite honest with you, I don't think IU can sustain his leadership of that position. It's clear. Wike and co wanted out. And even when some persons like Iche Sekundu rose to his defense, Wike was quick to remind Iche Sekundu that even himself had some vote of confidence from National Working Committee, and that is not stopping from being sacked. I think the people who are pushing for a removal have gone a step further to even make it worse for PDP. Because the more IU continue to be in the saddle, the more PDP image is being damaged. Don't forget that the window for campaign has just opened. I have a situation where some members of National Working Committee have voluntarily returned money allegedly paid to them as bribe. Though the party leadership is claiming that it is loan. But information coming from the party circle says that national chairman do not have power to approve more than 10 million. And the secretary have no power to approve more than 5 million. And we're having a situation where members got 28 million, 36 million, the case may be. Don't forget that, don't be surprised that in the near future, somebody somewhere that had the local standing to vote the decision of the court will come up to write petition against the national chairman of the PDP, telling him that there's allegation of corruption against him, that he should resign. And if first to do that, don't be surprised that in the near future, maybe a week or so, you will see some group of persons under whatever name in PDP going to court to ask you to step aside. And all this we are seeing is not going to add to the good image of the party. Okay. So for me, I think at this point, the PDP need to go back to the drawing board and decide whether, I've said this before. I say, even if Atiku is telling us, saying that it is a constitutional issue, Atiku have moral authority over IU. Atiku have moral authority over most of the leadership of the party. So Atiku have to prioritize whether he want to lose 5 governors and retain IU, or resolve the issue, get IU out, and go ahead with the campaign. Because if Atiku emerge,
this questions the capability, is questioning the capability of PDP being able to lead Nigeria 23. Do you agree with me?
The truth is it. Whether PDP, APC, there is no internal democracy. It has always been like that. It didn't start today. There is no internal democracy. Go and look at the manner APC and PDP, the money they spent, the nomination of form, there's the form, the nomination form, and expression of interest form. PDP, with the 2 forms, cost them 45 million. APC is about 100 million or so. So, if you look at by us intent and purpose, that money they realize, how will it be used? Who manages it? Okay. Will there be accountability? In the past, has there been accountability? The way and manner such money is being managed or is managed? So these are questions that if you get to the root of it to get the answers, you understand that there is no internal democracy in these 2 parties. Okay, so in terms of looking at the capacity to manage Nigeria with respect to their internal crisis, they don't have the capacity, whether it's or PDP. It's just that we have found ourselves in this situation, and it's unfortunate that what we have today is either Obi, Atiku, or Tinubu. But let me say this. Kwankwaso, yes, Kwankwaso is an option. Shore is an option. But I'm looking at the major forerunners. But what I want to say is this. Though I'm supporting an OB, but that does not mean that if a Tinubu wins and it's free and fair, nobody should raise issue. If an Atiku wins and it's free and fair, nobody should raise an issue, because so long as there's free, fair, and credible election in Nigeria, whoever wins, it means that the government, the people want. So I want to ask people, both the supporters of Obi, supporters of Atiku, supporters of even Tinubu, they should play by the rule. They should play by the rule of the game. Because for me, campaign of calumny, crisis, blackmailing have no place in the electoral process. I'm saying this particularly because if you see an environment of crisis, you cannot pray to experience it. Look at what happened in Ukraine. If somebody had prayed to avoid that crisis and perhaps there is peace in Ukraine, do you know how many lives would have been saved? So that's why I'm saying that let there be peace in Nigeria. Let there be whoever wins. An Atiku can win, a Tinubu can win, an Obi can win, as long as it's free, fair, and credible. Irrespective of the fact that I'm supposed to be, I don't have issue with that.
Okay, thank you very much. After.
Oh yeah, go leave that.
Okay, I don't know the Lagos. I don't know the Lagos. What's happening?
Everywhere dried.
Everywhere dry. How?
Are we not 62 birthday? What is happening? Everybody is angry. Talk.
Okay, I'm asking what's happening in the PDP.
Oh, PDP.
Yes.
Normally. Anyway, my name is Loka Yagun. I don't know Lagos. What's happening in PDP is still happening in APC.
No, I'm asking what's happening in PDP.
Okay, what happened in PDP?
Because you're a PDP man.
I can say it's a family affair.
The chairman is going.
Yeah, for peace to reign.
What happened?
What happened is that for my own study now, for that money they gave out, unless they investigate that money, find out whether it's a proper way, whether they do it the proper way, or maybe the wrong way. If they turn in the wrong way, the man should resign. Allow peace to reign. Because when everybody playing whole game, what I want is a peaceful election. No cheating. Let everybody come on that field and play their role. If Obi win, give it to him. If Atiku win, give it to Atiku. If APC win, give it to APC. My own that let's look for a person that can be able to take Nigeria forward.
How do you see the rally on Saturday?
Yeah, the rally was massive. But my problem is that on that very day of voting, I pray with the masses of people, with a lot of them, are they with PVC? That's another question. Are the youth are not going to deceive Obi? That's another question. Until that very day, I get to me, they will not know whether these masses will refer to Obi candidates. That's my own area.
Okay, so we saw a video, that video of Tinubu in an exercise machine. Yes.
Some people are saying it's an old video. Some people are saying it's a recent video. For me, I don't mock the sick. All I know is that if it's not feeling fine, let it take off itself in London. After all, when Buhari was about to come in 2015 and 19, Buhari was sick. But at the end, they said Buhari is dead. Buhari is Jubri. Buhari is this. But today, Buhari almost finished 8 years. To tell you that God is the final say. God has the final say. So what I'm trying to say is that Tinubu, according to them, is sound ahead. I get me. But another thing is that what I'm saying, for me, I can't mock this who's sick. My prayer is that if it's well, let it come back and do his campaign.
Okay, let's look at the ASU and the federal government. The Minister of Labour,
Igige should be sacked.
Worked out on the ASU chairman.
It should be sacked. I don't know what.
Accuse the ASU chairman of playing politics.
What is politics there?
Nigerians are still not to vote for any regime that has made them stay at home for 7 months.
Yes.
APC is that regime.
Yes. I will concur that because for our students to stay for 9 months, more than 9 months, almost a year. I look at that. Where's the money to pay?
To start saying that they should
They should be sacked. He has children, and because he has which of money that is to pay for school, even though the children don't go to school for 10 years, he has the money. But we that don't have the money, why are you keeping our children at home? So Igige should be sacked for working out of these prominent people. And it's adding more fuel, sort of adding cold water. Igige should be sacked. Ask Igige, as Adi Boma, how many people does he employ, his brothers, employ in labor?
Well, let's not play Igbo Yoruba politics.
You should employ your people first.
Because I believe that Oshomole as your governor has he benefited
He did not do the same
so
thing.
let's not play the
They are the same APC, they are the same way. I don't say me, the same way. If you cannot treat your own way, you can't treat Nigeria. Start from your home first.
Okay. For the past 3 days, you have not been around. Lastly, updates on what is happening, Mr. Yam. Minister of Yam, what is happening in the market?
Coming from here, you have to eat. If you don't eat well, you can't talk. This for few days now, no transport to come in. And I have to stay at home. You talk. Nigerians are not changing. Another thing is that things are very expensive. But this time, we're supposed to be receiving more yam, more food, many things. Nothing. Everybody is waiting for 2023. Are you getting me? The only prayer I'm praying is that God should help us so that at least let's look for a better candidate that will be able to bring things for us so that we too can see and stand and wait for that day we are going to vote the right candidate. That is my own area. Things are very expensive, no food, nothing. No money to even buy. There's no money to buy. No money to buy things. People are just living by the grace of God.
Okay.
Things are hard.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I have my brother. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, your name once again.
I'm Olushola Adetunji.
Let's look at the recent developments. Okay. We had the Obi rally on Saturday.
Okay.
I don't know if you can comment on that.
Anyway, in fairness to God, and when we talk about politics, we don't have to talk about politics in a sentimental way. We have to face the reality and what is happening. The Obi of yesterday is more gaining ground than Obi of last 6 months. So if someone says Obi doesn't exist in Nigerian politics today, the person is deceiving ourselves because Obi is gaining more ground. Very, very well. It's even more popular now than even Atiku. I have my reason for saying that. Because, Nigerian youths, they all rise up to support this man. And Nigerian youth, they are the voice of the country. You can't rule them out. So what is happening now, the ASU really help Obi too to get more ground because all the students, they are home and they are tired of staying at home. So they have to support new person who can bring new change or new system into the education sector so that they can move on. So Obi is relevant now in Nigerian politics. We can't just rule him out now. And again, Obi is just like a new brand among the three of them. So we know little about Atiku, about Tinubu, but you hardly know much about Obi because Obi is a new brand and he's still young, vibrant among the three of them. So
how do you look at coming out en masse and having the power to vote?
And that's where I'm going. You see, Nigerian politics and the way we run things in Nigeria here about politics is different. What I believe is this: if Nigerians, I can tell you now, if we can get an independent INEC, not the one constituted by a sitting government, Obi will surely win the election with what is on ground in Nigeria now. But but the other factors that will not help Obi to win it. Number one, you have to look at in North now, APC has 14 governors there. In the South, they have like 6 or 5 of them, plus 14, that's about 19. And another one in Imo and yes, that is 21. The factor is there. To mobilize for APC because of the governors is there. So what I think will be a disadvantage to Obi now is the mobility from the grassroots is not there for him. And those are the factors that determine when the election in each state. And if Obi should want to become Nigerian president, Obi must win 25% of 24 states in Nigeria. So to get that 24 states will be somewhat difficult, especially from the northern part of the country. But based on the south, Obi will surely get all the requirements in the south. But I doubt it in the north. That is the problem. Yes.
How do you define structure?
The structure of politics is I made mention the governors, the senators, the ministers. They are from different states. You get. Let me say now, APC they have 21 governors. They have more than 100 senators in the. They have so many senators. How many House of Representatives? So you know all of them. Some of them are coming back for second term. So local government. So they are coming to mobilize for their party. And again, like I said, don't rule money out on Nigerian politics because APC and PDP they are coming to mobilize with money, with their strength. I know what I'm saying. And another thing is when you look at the sitting security in Nigeria, always favor the ruling party. So they are not independent. They support some particular people that put them into the power. So I see those things affecting Obi's chance of 2023 election. I disagree. Because when you go to each polling unit, you will understand in every community there is a leader in every community. So whoever goes to them, because I believe a chief in his own village have so many people around him, so that they consider that constitution within themselves that manage the village or whatever. From there, they have more people they can mobilize through that. Some of you that okay, let's say 1 million match will be in Lagos, 1 million match will be in Ebonyi, 1 million match. If Obi can get 1 million votes here, 1 million votes in Osun-Ekiti, the way they mobilize, then Obi will be president. But during the election, Nigeria has never voted more than 20 million for a particular candidate. We have more than 250 million. So all this mobilization or whatever or something like that, I don't really believe it. You need that grassroots mobilization. And that structure at least need to be there. You know, when you see APC now, they are talking confidently. Do you know why they are doing that? Because they know that they have the structure. That is number one. Number two, they have the money. Number three, they have security around them, within them, that can help them. Another thing is don't be surprised. Not everybody are shouting today now we have an avenue to vote, because some people, their voters card will not even come out. Some people will register, they won't even have access to vote during the election. So many things will still happen. So let's say 2 million will be here, 3 million Tinubu here, 2 million party. Are they going okay now since 1999? The highest vote they've got in Lagos since 1999 was 1.4 million. That was for Olufalaye in 1999 election against Obasanjo. And we have more than 20 million people live in Lagos. So why 1.4 million votes? Why not 7 million? Why not 8 million votes? But are we voting really? That is another thing. So it's not about, you know, Nigerian youths, they are hungry now. Anybody can mobilize with money. Let's go out. Anybody can say, let's share you get because of the hunger on in the land. But I still believe the structure, the grassroots structure is still there and it's going to help. Why Atiku is afraid of Wike? Why are they calling Wike? If you know that all this mobilization only calling youth or whatever can solve it, there's no reason for them to beg Wike. But Wike is a grassroots politician. Wike will mobilize from the grassroots because he dominated the state. So why are they begging? Why are they begging the other governors? Because they know that they are very, very important in an election. So you can't just rule them out. The problem will be easy. Obi doesn't have representative in each state very, very well. Who is representing Obi in Kano? Who is working for him in Sokoto? Who is working for him? So you need a man that can stand, that can mobilize from the grassroots to the top level, because Obi will not be everywhere during the election. Obi will only be in Anambra State. Tinubu will be in Lagos. Why Atiku will be in Adamawa? Who are your representative in other polling units, other states? So those things are very, very important. You can't rule it out. If Nigerian youth are ready to vote, the question is how many of them that are even registered? How many of them will even vote on that very day? There's one thing about Nigerian youth. Sorry to say this. We Yorubas and some part of Igbos, they can buy you overnight. You hardly buy an announcer man. Sure you get. So for me, same with 21 governors of APC and the one for PDP, for Obi to win the election will be difficult because of grassroots mobilization is not there. The structure is not there. Don't forget, INEC is being constituted by same APC. And look at police, look at Sanwo-Olu now. Sanwo-Olu told the task force, the arresting bosses in Lagos, who give them the power? But it's because the power comes from the governor and they are doing that. And we are shouting, we don't like it. It's because anything governor wants to do, whatever will favor him. So what I see is, when you look at APC, they don't talk like they are going to lose. Every time they are saying they are going to win. Based on what is going on in Nigeria, there's no reason APC should win the election. There's no reason. ASU is on strike. You can't buy food anyhow in Nigeria again now. Transportation is worse. Security is worse. Economic is down. So what are the things to campaign for people? But another thing is this. Based on that, there's no reason APC should win. I belong to the party. I'm supporting APC. But when you want to face reality, the fact there's not APC can tell Nigeria to win an election. But Nigerian election doesn't work that way. When the time is around the corner now, you will see different ball game entirely. Sure you get. So, but the only thing we need, like I said, if they can give us independent INEC that is not being constituted by a sitting government, a foreigner to come and supervise election for us in Nigeria here, but put someone there, it's like I'm appointing you as my personal assistant now. Will you work against me? It's not going to work. So the Wike and Atiku and Co, you know, Ayu will not go. I will tell you the reason why Ayu will not go. Ayu will not go because you know what goes around comes around. Wike is reaping what he sow. Sure you get. Wike single-handedly removed Secondus because of his ambition. Secondus is from River State. Wike remove him because he doesn't want president to come from River State and national chairman to come from the River State. You remove him. Has he ever forgotten that Hausa will always be an Hausa and they support each other? How do you think that you can win within those Hausas? It's not possible. Now Wike now brought Ayu into the system. They brought him and Ayu, look at 2019 election. Tambuwa spent his money on Wike spent his money on Tambuwa to win the election against Atiku. But Tambuwa lose the election. But 2023, Tambuwa stepped down for Atiku because of the Hausa connection that is there. Ayu is an Hausa man. Atiku is an Hausa man. Tambuwa is an Hausa man. They kick against Wike. Wike now wanted to remove Ayu again. You cannot single-handedly remove Secondus and also remove. This is political party. It's not River State political party. Nigerian PDP is not River State PDP. So it's going to be difficult. So now, if Ayu should leave the party today, more crisis will come in. And when Ayu was elected to be there for 4 years. So if Ayu is leaving, Ayu will live in a mutual way, not by somebody forcing him to leave. It won't. So Ayu can resign, but Ayu will resign. But Ayu will resign based on agreement between the political party of PDP. Are you with me? So now, if Ayu should leave the party today, reason why they don't want Ayu to be removed is this: Wike single-handedly remove Secondus. This is political party. It's not my personal business. You remove Secondus, you are coming again to remove Ayu. Definitely. Do you know why they failed to give him the vice president? It's because of what is happening now. That guy cannot be a vice to Atiku. That government will be brutal. There won't be peace. But before somebody can deputize you, somebody who can reason along with you. Wike is a good mobilizer, but he's a tout politically. A good leader must not use all the mouth to talk. A good leader must be reserved. He's not a reserved man. He talk anyhow. You can be a better leader, but if you don't maintain the way you talk to people in the public, look at Obi now. Have you ever seen wherever Obi is talking about Atiku badly, talking about Tinubu badly? No. Obi came out in a matured way. Are you with me? Obi came out in a matured way, like a man that is coming to talk about Nigeria, that is not talking about his own personal issue. Sure you get. So when people are saying Tinubu is sick, this and that, you can't hear that from him. But the thing is, Tinubu can say it. Atiku can say it. Obi is different between the two of them. But what I'm saying is this: Wike himself know quite all right. Either Wike is supporting Atiku or not. There's a problem for Atiku. It's not about Wike and Atiku. Let me be sincere with you. Nigerians are tired of PDP and APC. But the only APC advantage over PDP now is because they are the ruling party. And they have more governors, 21 states out of 36 in Nigeria. If not that, APC and PDP won't have anything to tell Nigerians. The reason why you should bring me. If Obasanjo can come out and tell the whole federation that the money Atiku stole in my government can feed a nation for 300 years, you can't remember more than his boss. You understand? He came out to say that about him. He said, if I had presented Atiku to you, God will not forgive me. Tinubu on his own too. He dominated everywhere, want to be everywhere at the same time, which is not possible in Nigerian politics. This is our Nigeria, it's not Tinubu's property. Sure you get. But APC are talking today that they are winning the election because they are the ruling party. But based on what is on ground in Nigeria now, they have nothing to tell Nigerian reason why I should win the election. Economy zero, security zero. Do you know how many people lost their lives since 2000 and since Buhari became president of Nigeria? Economy zero, unemployment everywhere. So people are suffering. People are hungry.
The last question: will you differentiate APC from Tinubu?
No. Let me tell you a reason why I say no. The only thing, let me say this to you. Do you know why I'm rooting for Tinubu to become president? I'm not looking at APC. I'm looking at Tinubu's personality. Individual differences, and have my own opinion. You understand? Looking at APC has failed. But Tinubu, as far as I'm concerned, he has not failed. Tinubu was only governor of Lagos State. Tinubu never become minister. He never become president. He's just a governor. And there's nothing bad in a political party forming an alliance with another party and dethrone a party. When Buhari set up his government, Tinubu was not the one that set the government up for him. So as far as I'm concerned, the reason why I'm going for Tinubu, and I will differentiate Tinubu from APC is because Tinubu has made men in Nigerian politics. That is number one. And for that guy to met the IGR of Lagos State at 600 million, which nobody can deny it tomorrow, and turn it to 40-something billion naira, that's number two. Another thing is this. The Lagos of today, the blueprint of Lagos today, Tinubu started in 1999. I know when Oshodi was, in 96, 95, 96, 94. I know how Oshodi was. I know some places, but you like it or not, when Tinubu came in, Fashola came in, Ambode came in, they changed the face of so many places in Lagos State that we can see today. The problem of Lagos State is this. The problem of Lagos State is because other states like Osun, Ekiti, Ondo, we don't have any IGR. If we should allow Lagosian and Fibu to be in Lagos, Lagos will not be here. We are too congested in Lagos. We are many. Lagos is more than 30 million people now, and we are the third best economic state in the whole Africa now. So you cannot rule that off. That's why I'm supporting him. If you ask me that, why do I want to support Peter Obi? I will support Obi for two reasons. Obi was a governor of Anambra State. He did well. Obi didn't loot the money of Anambra State. He performed well, and he's a man with a good character. You can't question his character. Reason why I said no to Atiku is this. There's nothing Atiku will tell me that I've never heard before. Because we've governed with Obasanjo for 8 years, and nothing happened in Nigeria for that 8 years. So, not that we have light, not that we have better road, not that we have better education. So what are you coming to tell us? That's it.
So you have a Southern presidency, Abi?
Yes.
You have a Southern presidency?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
If Obi win,
I need your number.
I'm in support. If Tinubu win, but Atiku, zero.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me get your number.
Okay. Excuse.
I'm the one talking. Not be say 10 minutes.
Hey. Okay. Mr. Shola, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. Hey, good morning, Mazi Shigos. Good morning.
Yeah.
Another week.
Ototoma to Christian and esteemed viewers.
No, I will call you. I don't have great. Okay. We are looking at the developments, the political developments in Nigeria. And we're looking at plain politics with tribal sentiment and religious sentiment. What's your take?
A take on Nigerian political sphere. Well, for me, I don't think my opinion can make any difference with respect to that. So it's for the Nigerians, and whatever they make up for their country, well, that is what they will see. And it's unfortunate.
Okay, let's look at the ASU. The Minister of Labour, that is Ngige, walked out on the ASU chairman at a meeting with the House of Reps. Let's look at the attitude. Let's look at the body language of our ministers in Nigeria today.
Well, of course, he's subject to his principle, which is the Minister of Labour is subject to the president and reports to him. So whatever you see him doing is acting on behalf of the president. And the president must have informed him to walk out. And being an obedient servant to the Muhammadu Buhari regime, so he have to stage a walkout. Because left for him, I don't think he would have considered the option of walking out when it is clear and very clear that the cost of ASU strike is justifiable. And being that he's a doctor by profession, so he understood the potency of education. He shouldn't have walked out, Dr. Chris Ngige shouldn't have walked out in his own volition. But he's acting in sympathy to his principal, who has no regard for education, who unfortunately did not pass through the walls of education and doesn't know the value of education. Probably the only education he passed through was formal education, this nomadic Arabic studies, and was absorbed through recommendation. Those times you don't need any certificate to be enrolled in the military. And he seized the opportunity to, unfortunately, you don't, provided persons, you will be pushed to become whatever in the military. Yes, and so Ngige didn't act, of course, in his own will. Whatever you see him displaying was as a result of the instruction given by the president, because the minister is an appointee of the president.
Okay, let's look at the rally on Saturday. What's your take looking at what happened on Saturday?
And that time today is what? By date?
The 1st of October.
The 1st of October, which should have been the independence 62 anniversary of the existence of this competition called Nigeria, which has been a trial process. Well, for me, that rally is a clear vote of no confidence to the sovereignty of Nigerian states. It was not in solidarity to Peter Obi. That's why I asked what was the date. It's the 1st of October, when Nigerians, of course, should have been observing their independence. But contrary to that, of course, there was no, of course, anything in the air to show for that. And for the first time, across ethnic, religious interests, people gathered together. The supposed citizens of Nigeria gathered together to pass a vote of no confidence to the Nigerian state. You see, that is the worst thing that happened to Nigeria is that the Nigerian government allowed that protest to hold on, because it's that rally to hold on is a protest, not a rally. Because what are they rallying for? In the 1st of October, when Nigeria should be talking about independence or how far they have gone, but they are saying that they are disappointed with the system called Nigeria, that they have not in any way enjoyed dividends of democracy. And they are fed up with this system and the government of this system. You see? And of course, taking reference to the second stanza of the national anthem, Nigerian anthem, which has been relegated. He said, "O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our readers right. Help our youth the truth to know." So that is the truth. The youth have been living in deception over the years. But now that answer to that section of the anthem have been answered. They are now waking up to the consciousness of that truth, that Nigeria is not a system that they can trust with their future. That's why they should have chosen other day apart from 1st of October. If really they want to rally for Peter Obi, is it the Peter Obi who also admits, I have a video record where he admitted that he is part of the politicians that failed Nigeria. So are you entrusting somebody who admitted that he is the part of the problem of Nigeria to provide solution to the system called Nigeria? So for them to have chosen the 1st of October, of course, to stage their protests and the show, of course, the grievances against the competition and a vote of no confidence to this system, of course, shows that the youth have come to know the truth about the system called Nigeria after 62 years. Millions of the youth have been lost to these callous and irresponsible governments across the north, south, east, and west. So they have come to the consciousness that no, it is high time to reject the system. It is not just about, of course, why are they protesting? Because they have not seen any dividend of the democracy. The Nigerian government has not provided, of course, any job for the teeming population of the youth. So how can you expect to correct the errors of these 62 years with a man who also admitted he was part of the error? So this is a system that have destroyed the millions of youths, of which you also admitted that millions of Nigerians are fleeing their own supposed country to another man's country because they have no future, because they see that Nigeria is destructive to their future and to their system, which you can also admit, you can also agree with me, that if you are given an option to remain in this country as a free citizen than to be a fugitive in America, you will not hesitate to take that option of leaving the source of Nigeria. Isn't that true? No, is that not true? Of course, your consent, your silence shows that you admit that that is the truth. No, that is the reality. You can see now when I saw people, of course, calling for the rally in support of P2B. The number is insignificant in terms of deciding who becomes the president. The power, they've done had the voters card. But people troop in to show and to discredit the entity called Nigeria. And to, of course, discredit the day, to cause the day Nigeria had independence. That is what they want to achieve. Not because they are in solidarity to revalidate the system, but it's a clear, of course, vote of no confidence to the existentiality, to the existence of this contraction called Nigeria, that have failed us 62 years down the line. You don't have good transport network system. You don't have affordable healthcare system, which most of Nigerians are enjoying in UK. Potable water is an impossibility in Nigeria. Power generation is an impossible issue to do as far as Nigeria is concerned. So what independence are you celebrating? It's a vote of no confidence that the political elites, of which P2B, of course, Jagaban is among them, and what do you call the article? So people rallied out around to show that, no, they have desecrated the entity called Nigeria by protesting on the day Nigeria should be celebrating their glory. You see, it shows that the day Nigeria had independence was is a day to be cursed because it has not paid off, and it's so unfortunate.
At the ASU chairman and the Minister of Labour, he walked out on the body doing a negotiation with the House of Representatives. Let's look at that scenario.
Yes, I have commented on that. I told you that the Minister of Labour, who is Dr. Chris Ndidi, by profession or by strict regiment of university study, was a doctor by profession. So, in practice, yes, okay, you see that he understood that he wouldn't have been made, he wouldn't have been what he is today without education. He understood that education of what gave him the opportunity to secure his future, to become meaningful and relevant to the society. But unfortunately, he aligned with a destructive and negative force, you see, that have derailed his sense of judgment and responsibility to the society. If I were him, I would have tendered the resignation than aligning with a system, with a man who has fed humanity. So Dr. Chris Ndidi has demonstrated that he's a misnomer to the society. You can't tell me that a doctor in practice will allow the medical school, medical college to go on strike for 8 months. So, I mean, he should be subjected to psychological tests because no man in his right senses should allow that. You said you're a doctor by practitioner. And the doctor, college of medicine, are on strike for 8 months. And you preside as the Minister of Labour. You didn't take that resignation. In fact, it's a disappointment to Igbo race because no responsible Igbo man can take that rubbish. What are you there to? What are you looking for? What kind of useless Minister of Labour are you? That the institution that produced you have been destroyed under your care, under your watch, and you are still holding on. Huh? If I should have his, I should tell him to Nah, Imejola, he don't fuck up. He's a fuck up. He's a fuck up. He's a fuck up. That is a fuck up to a man who is a trained medical personnel. You are watching children dying. You are watching people being deprived of their entitlement, and you are enjoying your own entitlement because you want to remain a slave, a servant to a man who don't even care, who takes medical vacation on Europe. You see, can you watch American Biden leaving the shores of America to come to Nigeria to take for medical trip? Can you see the minister of, even to his death, Elizabeth, leaving the shores of UK for America or for China to go and access medical care? You see, you can see that the people you call your own governors, president, don't like you. The worst enemies of Nigeria are not Chigozendibo, who is advocating for justice, for equity and fairness, and for good governance, of course, for preservation of humanity. You can see now that, oh God of creation, directs our leaders right. But unfortunately, the leaders, rather than taking the paths of righteousness, doing things right, have ended up destroying Nigeria. And fortunately for the youth, of course, I believe they can't seize this opportunity. They have come in terms with the truth. And that truth is what drives the revolution that is, of course, sparking up this time. And that revolution is demanding for an end of this system called Nigeria, to usher in an egalitarian society, which, of course, Biafran, of course, restoration is part of it. Or do the world restoration is good to go. And if there is anything like Funiga's nation, of course, well, that is good for them. But the reality is that that revolution have kindled in a more disguised form. But the reality that it can never be stopped. You see, it's a tekono, like hitting the city of Florida. You can't stop it. Even the greatest world power called America cannot stop the movement of this hurricane. So it is a hurricane that has been induced already, and it will sweep across the length and breadth of this contortion called Nigeria. But unfortunately, and perhaps fortunately, that will be define a way forward. So I join the teeming populations of the youth across the length and breadth, across ethnic divides, religious divides, to pass a vote of no confidence to this system. I agree with them that at the end of this system should be upheld, and the tempo should be sustained, because if after 62 years you have not enjoyed, there is no any sign of nationhood. Rather, it has brought more destruction, pain, agony to millions of people fleeing their ancestral homes without, of course, returning back as a result of insurgency, killing, and recklessness on the parts of the said government that have destroyed their own people and deprived them the source of course, existence. I saw a woman who hanged herself with her daughter. You see, because of the agony Nigeria has brought upon them. What a shame.
Thank you very much, Chigozie. Yes, Mr. Olajide, if you want to reach me on Facebook, Christian Chuku. Yeah, I can't drop my number on the live program. Christian Chuku. Go to Facebook and reach me, Christian Chuku. I have Oluwa with the language. Oluwa.
Leave it just now.
Oluwa, what is happening? Why are you?
I'm trying to let them know that as a pastor, a city pastor can never bring a language that would cause disunity outside.
A sitting pastor.
Yeah, you say, according to what they are saying, I want to argue. They say, oh, yeah, the person, anybody that vote for APC is a dead person. I said that language is a zero from a mouth of a pastor like that. You're not telling me that the pastor have the right to speak. He doesn't have the right to speak that kind of language. A pastor's duty is to let everybody be one. Speak the word of God. Don't speak disunity. If you're an APC member, put it inside your mind. Not coming and telling the whole world to vote for APC. It's a wrong from a mouth of a pastor. If it is true, it's a condemnable.
Nigeria at 62. What will you say about independence?
See, let me tell you one thing. Nigeria is at 62. We have to give God the glory that we are still one. We are still struggling. We are still going to our promised land.
After 62 years.
Yes. Because many things that is happening in Nigeria, if you're another country, if God is not with us, we will be dismantled. You understand? We can be dismantled, but God still have a purpose for us. That's why He's keeping us at one. And now we are making that purpose to reality. 62 years ago, see where we are now. See the situation that is happening in the atmosphere of Nigeria now. You can see the air is different from what we have been feeling before. Because this is now going to be a revolutionary change in a peaceful manner. Because you and I have seen what is happening now. So the government automatically is going to go home. And it will go home and bring us a new face. You and I is going to bring that face, not them. Because them have expired.
Okay, let's.
And they failed woefully.
What's your take on the rally on Saturday?
See, let me tell you one thing. If that rally should come, let's say, according to that rally, because I know that rally is not only in Lagos State. When you go to Benin, when you go to Port Harcourt, when you go to Plateau, you see, that's what I'm telling you. There's an atmosphere of change. Wave is waving Nigeria now. And the bad, and the good, and the ugly. It's only the good that now know that something is going to happen. The just is going to happen because everybody now wake up. Everybody have now wake up. Majority of Nigeria never wake up like before. But now, almost everybody, both Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, small, big, and old, wake up for a purpose and let our purpose come to pass. Because according to that rally, if that rally should be an election, that's the end. They will come victorious.
Okay, let's look at the video that is flying up and down.
Which video?
No, there are speculations that Tinubu is not feeling too well as in London. But there's a video that has been posted. He is working, doing exercise.
You know, see, all those people, they are trying to play game. They are game masters. You understand? So no matter the game you play, Nigeria have already decided. You understand? Decision has been taken on by the majority of Nigeria. See, posting video or no posting video, that will never change the mind of the multitude anymore. You understand? So not be today will they hear this language. You understand? You say, see,
They hear this language.
it's not be today. We don't hear before say, Yaradua, are you alive? Yaradua was alive. At the end, what happened? He got the down drain. He didn't finish 1 second. He got the down drain and he go to where he belonged, where people were suggesting, where people were telling the whole world there. This man is not capable. But Obasanjo imposing on us by fire, by force. At the end of the day, he not finished 3 years. Okay, see Buhari, by fire, by force. At the end of the day, he don't die, he never died, and you bring. See what happened along the years. 0. So what are we truly looking about? This is the third language. The third language can never manifest itself anymore.
I don't understand what
the third language. This is the third language. And the first 0, the second 0, the third will never manipulate itself anymore. It's a simple arithmetic. You fail. The third will never give a room for you to fail anymore. Guys, that's the end of that language.
ASU, they have not resolved their issue between the federal government.
ASU with federal government.
The Labour chairman.
Yes, that's it. The Labour minister. See, let me tell you one thing. You see, the minister and the government, they are all the same. They are not telling Nigeria the truth. That's why Nigeria is totally angry. See, this morning I was watching Kakaki. A man was there when they were asking the question. Say, Buhari, in his National Day speech, is supposed to have apologized to Nigeria, to the parents that see for the past 7.5 months, the students at home, they are not happy, they are suffering. And you now, you are not diverting yourself out of the game. You have the last opportunity to apologize to Nigeria, to give order to the Minister of Education that this independence, let us use it to heal our wound and let the students go back to school with immediate effect. You have the power and the authority to do so, but it carpet it under the carpet. So what you are saying, their time is gone.
Come 2023, what are you expecting?
2023, you can see what is going to be now. You are already expecting things. You already see what will come tomorrow. In the spiritual and in the physical, there's a dramatically change.
Help us explain that spiritual.
That spiritual is what is coming now. Because Nigeria have suffered the physical, the spiritual. Now the spiritual now came, and now the physical is now unveiling in our face everywhere you go. Change everywhere. This is another change again. And this change is different from the first one. This change is back with the spiritual atmosphere, with the spiritual ideology, with the spiritual ingredients. The first one was the language of the phrase of the mouth of the politician. At the end, we now analyze it. We now see that we've gone through the drain. Many have gone. Many have gone. Ultimately, death have gone. Poverty everywhere. Nothing to write home about. We're just living because of the mercy of Him that set you and I free. That Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Now, a change has to come from the realm, and now is the change, whether you like it or not.
Okay, thank you very much. Oluwawan of Ogba, the Tupac, the Mafizo of the East Colorado.
The west side, East Colorado, the west side to go down.
Okay, I have Mr. Kule. Otumba Kule, good morning. Good morning, Otumba.
I greet you.
This one you are.
How was your coverage?
You are kitted like this.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, the house. I greet every one of you.
You want to arrest somebody?
So what's happening? How are your movements?
You want to arrest somebody?
How was your movements?
You want to arrest somebody?
How
Mr.
was the
Kule?
coverage of your movement?
Okay. You saw some of the videos online.
Yeah, I saw the video.
What was your take on?
Good loss. Good loss. As the waves is coming, let the waves keep going. Maintain the momentum. Sustain the
All we
momentum.
need is a better Nigeria.
You say what?
All we need is a better.
All we need is a better Nigeria. But at the same time, all we need is a structure that will bring a better Nigeria. To me, I keep telling you this, and I will not deviate from saying it. When you have the face of human that wants to bring betterment to this country, the face alone cannot do it. What has to get done is the structure of the foundation that has been destructured. We have to check it up, and you cannot bring a parked car, a damaged car that is not even motorable any longer. That somebody, used all his life on that car. He has used all the lifespan.
Nigerian use.
Yeah, Nigerian use. That all the lifespan of the car has been, destroyed. Now you now bring another person to come and start repairing. Riding that car. How will that person? Where is he going to start? They will first start from the problems that the car has. What are the problems I can fix? What are the problems I can quickly fix? And if you want to repair a damaged car, seriously damaged car, it will take years. And that years, I don't want that years to consume my life again, my lifespan again. Thank you for that. I don't want those years of rebuilding, years of restructuring, years of rebuilding a damaged, institution to affect my lifespan. Because how long will that is going to take? How long is it going to take? Good for Obi if it comes, but they will overwhelm him with the. And I wish.
Yoruba Nation, what's happening?
They are coming, but they are not just making much noise. You don't put all your cards on the table. And we see what has been happening with the Biafra agitators. You know what happened there? They put all their cards in open, and the people capitalize on that. So you don't put all your cards. It may be during the election, during when you guys are voting. That is when they come out. It may be a day to election, just to say how their grievances. But one thing that wants in this country is we don't need to war. We cannot go to war any longer. Anybody that is instigating war in this country must be a mad person. Because you look at what is happening in Ukraine. The father don't even know their children, the whereabouts of their children. The husband doesn't even know the whereabouts of his wife. So is it that kind of, we could just witness what happened in Civil War. We were not all born, but we need to re-educate ourselves. We want to go, let it be ideology movements, driven and movements as it is. And that's why you see all this organization and all this thing. We don't.
Tinubu rouse back, says he is fit and ready to serve. What's your take on that?
If he's fit, thank God for his life. If he's not fit, he should go and take care of himself. Right? To me, I don't try God. I don't dare God. Because somebody you think is not healthy today, it might be the one that will first of all die before that person. I'm telling you, what I've seen. I've been under the knife. I've been under the knife, and I've seen a lot. I've seen people that they roll to theater, their case is not even tense like that, but they came out as a body bag, a dead body. And that one really encouraged me that I should not be wishing people dead. I should not be wishing people bad, because God is the Alpha and Omega that control lives, right? So to me, good luck to him likewise. As I said, good luck to Obi, good luck to him likewise.
Let's look at the ASU. The ASU is an issue now. The Minister of Labour, that is Ngigi, worked out on the negotiation between ASU federal government with the House of Representatives.
You see, that ASU is the same. Until ASU problem is more or less like Nigerian problem. Once the structure is not there, there's a structure the ASU is supposed to be, living on. There's a structure ASU is supposed to be operating on. Likewise, there's a structure Nigeria is supposed to, which is the real structure that we have, not the one that they manipulate for us. Now, ASU structure, general global structure, is 15 up to like 20% of the budget of every nation. That's from UNESCO, not Africa, OAU, not ECOWAS. It's from UNESCO. That's a body that governs education all over the world. That there should be allocation, every budget, there should be allocation of so percentage. I think it's like 18 or 15, 16 or almost 20% of your budget dedicated to education. Because a nation that is educated will definitely bring the human resources. It will always gain on human resources. Develop, and a deformed country is a deformed, you have a deformed citizen, you have a deformed country, right? And I still laid an example. As poor as India is, the largest, I think they are more than China now, as it is. And now, look at how they invested in education. With their population, they still invested in education. And that brought them to who they are now. They are the 5th largest economy in the world now. And what do? They don't have oil. They don't have anything. They use their human resources they have, and they dominate all the IT sectors all over the world now, as it is. Same with China. And we are all third world country before they left us behind. They left us in our, rumbles that we see. We've not even cleared ourselves from the rumbles. Not to talk of, we want to stabilize and start building a nation. So what a country we are saying. What a country. And I'm telling you, this independence has spent down. I don't still want to spend another independence under disorganized Nigeria. And what can justify a good Nigeria within a year? I don't know. See, we are just crying to God. We should not worry God too much. We need to do the needful. God has given us a lot of good things in life. We have good climate. We have good soil. We have good resources. God give us good resources. All of us, we are working on money we don't know. And yes, there are gold in some area, like in Osun State, there are gold there. And that state still telling you is a less privileged state. They will tell you they are civil servant state. And they have gold on this. You see, there is a curse on this country, I will tell you. There's a curse. Somebody has cursed this country. Because all this thing that is happening is not normal. To me, it's not normal. Why is that with the money, huge money, resources we have, deposit of natural resources? I said, yes. And Madam Okonjo-Iweala came. They are getting richer. Madam Okonjo-Iweala came. He said, the problem Nigeria has is they don't save for the raining days. We don't save for the raining days. They fought him. They went to go and kidnap our father. Was it mother or father? No, it was a king. It was a king they kidnapped in Ogoachukwu. Is it Ogoachukwu in Delta? Ogoachukwu. I followed things. So the devils that are warring us in this country, they are within us. And we ourselves, we are not ready for good things to come to this country. Because we have been blindfolded, and Fela said in the country of the blind, now one high man be king. So we allow those people to be the king while we are languishing in complaint, languishing in. You see, I'm telling you, who's going to write up debts of 45 point something trillion naira? Who is going to do that? Who is going to do that? The bank safe now. No, it's not yet okay.
No.
It's not yet okay.
Check me.
It's not yet okay. Go to banks now. Banks are liquidating as I'm talking to you now. Banks are liquidating. They borrow money to government, parastatal government themselves. You know, there is local debts. Majority of local debts is the bank that will incur it. How are they going to write it up? And the ASU issue, as you have been talking, it has been numb, even right from these people that are ASU lecturers now. The era, the ASU has been there. That's what I'm saying. Is he a cause of this country? All the sectors. We've been hearing ASU strike. So I even grew up to be matured in this country. I've been hearing ASU strike in my 20s. Almost 30 years ago. I've been hearing ASU. Today ASU strike, tomorrow ASU strike. That means Nigeria has been structured to fail. Why same problem every year? Same problem every regime. Same Obasanjo had it. Jonathan had it. Jonathan was able to curtail his own because he's a lecturer. He's been in the system. Obasanjo could not do much. They went on strike like 7 months under Obasanjo, in which the education minister even has to flew his children that just graduated from abroad down to Nikon Hilton Hotel to celebrate them, which I was privileged to monitor likewise. So how many youth have information of the beginning of Nigeria? How many youth have the information up to where we are today? No, we are just a stranger. We are just a one-eyed man, blind man, one-eyed man, a blind man, that one-eyed man is being allowed by one, you see.
So who is the one-eyed man now?
One-eyed man.
One-eyed man.
One-eyed man, the country of the blind, is the leader, is one-eyed man. It's the country, we are the blind. The leaders are the one-eyed man.
We are the blind.
Yes. That's why I say philosophers. Listen to philosophers like Fela, in the country of the blind. Now one-eyed man be king in the country. So
Since you listen to Fela very well.
it's the philosophy. No, it's the message. Get the message. The problem with Nigeria is when you look at people, you quickly rubbish it. You will not look at the message that is coming out from the people. Some people discard the people that are sending the message, but you look at the message that is coming out. Can I tap in from this message? Is this man saying the truth? You see, out of nonsense, there's always sense. Sure, you know that? Out of nonsense, there's always sense. That's why some majority of these artists, they will release songs that does not make sense, but people will still pick one thing that makes sense. Good luck to you. Yeah, one love.
Me, I like Biafra. I love her land and people. Everything is there for Biafra. Make we join hand and make sure that Biafra become a reality. Then too, Oduduwa Republic agitation came 1st October. They tried their best within Nigeria. Then around the world, like UK, they celebrated Oduduwa Republic. Christian, can't you see that something is going to happen?
There's no sit at home today.
You say what? No sit at home because Nnamdi said they should stop it. Nnamdi Kanu is not the one ordering sit at home. It's the people of the eastern Nigeria. They are not happy over what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu. So that's why they just decide to sit at home every Monday and Tuesday. Nnamdi Kanu is not the person telling them to do so, but they are aggrieved over what is happening to that young man. The young man did not do anything. The young man should not be in the prison. The young man should have his freedom all over Nigeria, all over Africa and other continents of the world. They shouldn't go and rendition him back to Nigeria anywhere he finds himself, because he has his right to agitate for Biafra. That's why I tell you that I like Biafra, I like her land and people, I like the Republic of Oduduwa and other nations of this country. We are not meant to be one. How someone has different ideology entirely. Yoruba man the same, Igbo man the same. Like, let me just give you this example. Yoruba man believe that Orumila is the first herbalist, the first deity or herbalist, as they call him, to have cured with herb. That is Yoruba ideology for you. You can't go to Oni of Ife's palace and say, Baba, why are you believing in Orumila? Who is this Orumila that was the first herbalist to have cured with the roots and herbs? No, that is Yoruba for you. Are you listening to me? So we believe in Chukwu Abiyama, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the creator of heaven and earth. Abiyama means Abraham. You can't go home and go to Southeast and say, why are you calling Abraham Abiyama? Who is that Abiyama? No, that should hold you there. No, that should hold you. So that is it. That's why I'm telling you that we are in a multi-nation. We are multi-nation, thank you, multi-ethnic, I mean ethnicity. Then when you talk about nation, we are not one nation, we are multi. Yeah, we are multinational. So that's why I'm still agitating for Dudu. Dudu did the right thing on 1st October. We were part of it. I love them. They put on green, white, and the other this thing they draw, the Yoruba emblem or logo, Odua logo. So they did their march amicably. Nobody even could question them because obedient movement sees everywhere. Obedient movement, they went to the toll gate. They remembered it was exactly 1st October, 2 years after those youths were killed and maimed by federal forces at the Lekki toll gate. They did their remembrances. They were doing it peacefully, and even the soldiers and police were keeping mum. They looked like this. Their mouths were what? Sellotape. They could not even talk to those youths, and they did their normal things. They circumnavigated that Lekki toll gates. They stayed there peacefully. They did what they wanted. They said what they wanted to say. Nobody ever challenged them. The police, the soldier, or other forces could not even ask them questions because it is their fundamental right to do the needful, the right thing, and willy-nilly. Nobody asked them what to do. And then on getting to Apple Junction there, the whole Apple Junction to First Tag, from the axis where it goes to Ago Way, people were just trooping in and out, just like mammoth crowd, not even mammoth. I said, these people are like 40 maggots in number. The soldier ants is not enough. Maggot. Millions of people from Okwebi axis to Charaton, Okwebi Link, down to Allen Avenue. It was all mammoth crowd. Boys, girls, youths, old, elderly ones, they were there because they are trying to tell Nigeria that you are not working. They are trying to tell APC you have finished Nigeria. I think you understand. So what happened at Ikeja axis, Apple Junction, Ago Palace, Lekki toll gate, and Okwebi, let me tell you, they are signing serious warning to this present regime. Buhari, you have failed. Anybody that is contesting under any other political platform, I think you have serious handwork to do because time has come for Nigerians to voice out. Time has come to Nigerians to take out what belongs to them. Time has come for Nigerians, youths, to take that which some persons are always tagged disgruntled politicians of this country are hiding or holding what belongs to the Nigerian youth. And when you hold what belongs to the youth on your hands and you raise it up because they could not grow up to that height, when your hands X you or pains you, you bring it down. I think you understand. So they are lowering the rights of the youths. And when they lower it down, the youths are going to grab it comes 2023.
Let's talk about the video, the Tinubu viral video in London.
In London, anyway. Yes, that's good, Dima.
I'm very fit.
Yes, that's one. Baba is fit. Baba spoke from London. That's good. He's a man. Tinubu is fit. He's fit too. But if you ask me, he's fit. Fine. He should do what? Jettison back home. And do what? And do his normal, fundamental rights campaign, to sensitize people why his manifestos are this or that. You must begin to educate people on your manifestos, your party manifestos this time around, because the election is at hand. It's not when the election is about to come or people is about to, go out there to exercise their, franchise that you will start telling them, these are my manifestos. These are what I should do. These are what I should do for you. Housing for all in Lagos, house for all in Ondo, housing for all in Northeast where Boko Haram are killing people. No, you should come home. Tinubu should go home and start campaigning now. Nothing is wrong with his health as the whole video, everybody watch it, on video viral, that Tinubu is quite okay. And surely he's quite okay. That is what our prayers are now. So he should come back home and start campaigning when they were signing for peace pacts. Do you understand? Among the political platforms so that there will be a peaceful poll. He was not there. It was Shetima that was there. And when Shetima came to sit at the first front where Tinubu should sit, Ochowore Omoyele, what he picked fault. And he did the right thing because Shetima shouldn't have been there. It was Tinubu that should be there. I don't know what to understand. So we know he is very, very healthy, heart and healthy. Let me tell you, he should come back home so that he will join his mates, opponents.
Ngige walked out on the ASU chairman
which is
at a meeting with the House of Representatives.
Yes, Ngige, if you ask me, I always say it. I don't see bad thing and support it. If anybody is supporting this current regime, I'm sorry to tell you that we are not doing the needful. And if you allow me, I will tell you that we have spirit of Jezebel in you. Spirit of Jezebel is what? Wickedness, assassination, and hostilities. Are you listening to me? Ngiga is under this political party platform called APC and is working strong for how many years now as Labour Minister? Are you listening to me? So what ASU was striking for, let me educate people on that. It wasn't virtually salaries. They are fighting for standardization of our tertiary institution, thank you, across Nigeria. The facilities of our universities are dilapidated, over-dilapidated. They don't have toiletries. Toilet facilities, zero. Other infrastructure, zero. I didn't understand. The way they are treating the lecturers, the benefits they have given to the teachers, non-academic and academic staff in the universities, zero. It's not only salary. People think it's salary. No, 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 no. They need to be standardize it and make it to be like their counterparts, other universities in UK, America, Asia, and the rest of them. Are you listening to me? Thank you. That's why it's universal. When in 1990, I saw these girls. They came to UNN in Suka. I was opportune to be there. So I was asking those girls, where do you want to stop? You want to stop at the park or Cyprian and Quincy Way or Tunua Tepe Way, near Ako, where you will connect to Onui Heaven. They were just talking, their English, I couldn't pick it. I said, where are you from? They said, we are from America. I said, wow. For what? They came to do something at UNN then. I'm talking about 98, 90. Do you understand? It's a universal education. Americans, people from Addis Ababa, they come to UN to learn. People from UN can go to University of Addis Ababa in Ethiopia to learn. It's a universal, meaning general. I didn't understand. So you have to upgrade our universities across Nigeria to be like that. Those ones in Tokyo, those ones in Moscow, those ones in Burma, India, and the rest of the world. That is what the ASU strike is all about. It's not, popularly, about salaries as all of us think. I didn't understand. So the ASU strike has entered how many months now? And you remember that this is not the first time anyway there was ASU strike. Every regime that comes and goes, students, university students, lecturers, all of them, they do stay home at least 5 months, 7 months. That we are used to that. Our students at the tertiary institution, they are used to that. It is no news anyway. But this Buhari own is getting out of hand because they are not doing anything about it. Even the Minister of Education, he seems to be very, very mum. And he has distanced himself from what is going on about our tertiary institution. That's why I'm asking or questioning Adamu's credibility to be at that section. Is he qualified to handle education department or sector? I think understand. Adamu is not doing anything. Rather, he always works out on people, as Ngige did yesterday, recently. On Saturday, I think, or Friday. He worked out. Adamu did it. So this is a Buhari man for you. Adamu. Yes, they can work out. It doesn't concern them. Ngige children. Ngige, go and investigate to know if any children, if his children, his daughters or son, is at our one of the tertiary institutions in the east, not south or west. None. They are all abroad. It doesn't concern Ngige. I don't know what to understand. If the lecturers they should strike indefinitely, it doesn't concern these people. Their children are not in Nigeria. And whatsoever they do, we are, yes. Oh, yes, sir. Nigerian man, sir. Yes, sir. Because you are a minister. Yes, sir. We will be kneeling down before them. We are the one that put them in that position. We are the one that has the power, not even the government. The power belongs to the people because this is a democratic setup and we are still bowing down, being enslaved, impoverished, and brought down to zero level. It's not supposed to be like that. Are you listening to me?
What's the solution now?
The solution now, let me tell you, the solution about the ASU strike. No, about the ASU strike, the only thing, if you ask me, is that they should sit put. Let me tell you, let us know that Buhari has failed education sector of the country. I'm telling you that you resume when a new government comes in. Let us know that Buhari regime, APC regime, turn their back at education. Yes, because if you tell them now to go back to school, our university is still dilapidated, no structure. Infrastructures there are down. I didn't understand. So if they could just say, let us go back to class. No. They have failed because they have failed to achieve their purposes. So that purpose that made them, compel them to strike, they should achieve it before leaving for school. They shouldn't go back. They should stay. How many months? I didn't understand.
Let's talk about Wike and the PDP.
Which and the PDP?
Are you
Let me tell you, allegation. It's no longer allegation. It is quite crystal clear that the agreement was that if it happens ever that they fail to give Southeast tickets, I mean PDP, this is an intra-party contract agreement. And this guy violated it because he's from North. He doesn't want to quit because he feels that South, Southwest, Southeast, we are all second-class citizens in our country called Nigeria. So let me tell you, it is very, very open, so outstanding that Ayu doesn't want to abide by the contract agreement. That if it happens that presidency goes to North, the serving chairman of PDP should do what? Step down. That is the actual point. It's not because that Wike is a stubborn man. The other guy said, this guy, my guy that spoke here, I said because Wike is a political tout. No, Wike is fighting for his rights. That was an agreement. Failure to give it to geographical, session, political zone or something like that, Ayu should step down. Wike now, pressurize the secondaries to come down because he believes, he felt that he should be the person. I don't know
is that not selfish?
No.
We have Peter Obi in the party.
Let me finish. He's so selfish. He just loaded a gun, then gone. I don't mean person. And target his leg. He shot himself on the leg. Do you understand? So Uche Secondus paved the way so that he felt he will be the person. He believes that he's the only person piloting the affairs of that political platform called PDP. Because why? Atiku absconded from Nigeria and went to Dubai, turning his back on PDP. This was somebody that won an election in 2019. I'm trying to educate everybody that what Wike is fighting is right. But in other way around, it is a divine arrangement by God to cause confusion among themselves. And you can see that confusion is in progress because Ayu says he will not resign. Then Atiku said no way for Ayu. Some members within PDP, they now support Ayu not to resign again, forgetting their agreement. So when Pharaoh hardened his heart, I'm trying to tell you about what transpired in the book of Exodus. It was God that hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that the whole world, so that the people of the Lord will see the glory of God. We see that actually there is a God in Israel. I think understand. Pharaoh, on hardening his heart, what happened? 10 plagues, 10 punishments, 10 dooms happened to the Egyptians because of Pharaoh's heart, hardened heart. I didn't understand. So what is happening within PDP political platform is the work of God. You can see, yes, Christian, it is written all over Nigeria. The handwriting is on the books, on the trees, on the leaves, on the wall, not only on the wall, everywhere. The handwriting is on the ground. Yes, that God has thrown APC into confusion. God has thrown PDP into confusion, and they will never get peace. Comes 2023, because it's a divine arrangement by God. To get it right, somebody that is good, a God-fearing man should be there at Asorok. Asorok should not be occupied by people that are, cultic, highly occultic people. We are not occultic. We are Christians. Some are Muslim. I think understand. Some are traditionalists. We don't worship occultism. We are not that. As you see me, I'm not a member of Illuminati or Freemason. I'm a Christian. So some God-fearing people should go there and do the needful, so that Nigerians will breathe fresh breeze for one day, so that Nigerians should sing good, sweet song for one day, so that Nigerians will see at least the sun rising from the east there and set in the west. We don't want to hear strange stories all the time. Every day in Nigerian government at the Department of Judiciary, upper house of a legislative chamber, what we hear there is arguments. You are thief. I'm not thief. Adamu, they give you contract, you fail to do it. No, sir. My lawyer is here to defend me. Every day. While Americans are busy at the Capitol, House of Congress, doing what? Developing America. Technological-wise, economical-wise. They are growing every day. Nigerians are busy arguing. Free graze, free grazing, grazing routes, grazing the land. Allow Fulani from Mali. Don't allow Fulani from Senegal. Fulani from Morocco, they should come. No, you are Fulani. No, you are Hausa. That is what we are doing. But I believe that when we put somebody that is competent enough to pilot the affair of this country, we are going to take fresh breeze. Okay. Just
One day, just one day.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Raf, with that, we are getting close to the end of the program this morning. Yes, I have Pato from Ogba. Pato is on call this morning. He's getting ready to fire on. Pato, good morning.
Morning, my brother.
Yes, I'll hold it for you. Don't worry, I'll hold it for you.
All right.
There are so many things we are discussing today. Even here, there's many
So
things.
many.
Let's look at which one we want to talk about. Let's look at ASU or look at Jagaban or look at what is happening in PDP.
Let's start with Dasu.
Where they worked out on the chairman.
Why won't he walk out? He will walk out because he's ashamed of himself.
He's ashamed.
He's ashamed of himself. But they are doing propaganda. They are covering up that he was to attend another meeting somewhere. But if information minister said he was to attend meeting somewhere else, it's a lie. You failed to do your work. Let us be frank. Let's be frank and Lampard. My brother, you failed for your duties. You refuse to carry out your duty as a man. I listened to Jonathan during this ASU strike. He came out and he said, and I quote, he said, I thought that the meeting would finish by, I think, 6 or 7 o'clock. He said the meeting lasted till 4 o'clock the next morning, and then we were able to sort things out. And I recall that man paid half of the money. What is going on today? If our senators that are in the House of Rep, senators and the House of Rep, if they stop collecting their salaries for 2 months, for God's sake, it will solve us the problem. But they selfishly don't want to do anything about it. And the children are in the house, and their children are abroad schooling. Oh, if I live abroad and I see you are picking there, my brother, sorry, you. He go first beating, better beating. Because it's a very wrong thing that you do not put your house in order and you are scattering your house and you are taking your children outside. Is that supposed to be so? So Nigeria does not want living. Is that what you mean? And you are coming that we should celebrate independence. Do we really have independence? Somebody tweeted that one of Nigerian problem died and everybody go against it. Are we celebrating? Does Oyibo leave us alone? Do we know how many barrels of oil Oyibo is taken from Nigeria on a daily basis? This government, didn't they promise of refinery? Is it working? My brother, we are in pain. Nigeria, we are in pain. Okay. Let's be sincere to ourselves.
Let's talk about Wike Atiku and Ayu, the crisis in the party, PDP.
That is nemesis. To me, I believe that whom God has blessed, no one can curse. If God wants to bless you, he would put problem, confusion in the camp of your enemy so that you will come out. God has destined Obi to become the president of this nation. So the two of them, the other one has picked Muslim, which is going to work against him. The other one is Wike has become Wike has become a torment to PDP. Are you getting it? So PDP now, Wike is going to stand as a stumbling block for them. In order, how can our former president say that the money that the presidential candidate of PDP stole that is able to feed this nation for how many years? I think 3 years, did you mention? Can you imagine? So we are still clamoring in putting someone who steal our money in power. Well, I somehow believe that Nigerians should vote wisely for upcoming election. I just believe that this election is for the youth.
Okay, lastly. And Tinubu Roaz back says that he's fit and ready to serve. There's a video that came up, viral video.
There's a video that came up. That video was supposed to be, at least, this is not the video that we expected. Abi, brother, we did not expect this video. We expected him to be at the peace talk where they were signing the agreement of peace. That is the video that we expected. We did not expect this very one because anybody can just climb this thing and tell us that he's doing something, and anything can happen. Anything can happen. You get my point? Anything can happen. So we expected him to be there while every other presidential aspirant were there. He's supposed to be there.
His vice was there.
So listen, we cannot afford to make mistake twice. Are you getting it? Why are you not there? Why are you sending representative? Today we have a president who will not talk to us. And he will only talk via media and publicity, something by Ami Abila, Femi Adesina. That is where these are the people that are representing Buhari, and they'll be talking on behalf of Buhari. Is that the president that we elected? Today, youth, I have one advice for you. Remember, that you are not going to school, you are at home. I think there is one boy that opened this POS business. He named it ASU Strike. ASU Strike Business Center. He named it
Which
this.
area? Where is it?
I will ask the question. Tomorrow I will talk to the area. You understand? Now the question is, while that guy is idle at home, he had to open POS business and start, and he named the ASU Strike. Are you getting it? So that is a situation that we find ourselves in Nigeria. You know go work, you find something to do. You know go school, you find something to do. I don't believe anybody, because in order to have educated nation, is for you to make the economy strong. But when there is no education in Nigeria, what do you think? What is even working in Nigeria? Is it that we have lights? Do we have free water? What is it that we have in Nigeria? What I just want to see. I think campaign have started. They should come and start lying now. Campaign have started. What are they doing? What are they doing? Campaign. Shebi INEC have demanded that the campaign should start. It's open. What are they doing? I expect them to come and start lying. AP should come and lie for us that they have made chicken that was 600 naira to 200 naira per kilo. They should come and tell us that when we collected this power, pure water was 20 naira. We brought it down to 5 naira. Today, pure water, what that they collected is from 20 naira, from 5 naira to 20 naira now. An average man is drinking. There's not even no pipe-borne water, no treated water in Nigeria, giant of Africa. Hey, wahala dey.
Are you a Man U fan?
Man U fan. I'm a football lover.
You know they beat Man U yesterday.
And I'm Arsenal, but I'm a football lover. They beat Man U yesterday, but my team won.
I was surprised. I say, how come you are wearing Man U jersey?
Because I'm a football fan. Of course, I have Madrid. I have Barca. The only team that I will not buy their jersey is Chelsea. Why will I buy Chelsea?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Pato.
Thank you very much. God bless Nigerians. Please, the youth, stand up and take the mandate. Stand up and get. There is a code that come out. If you don't have your PVC, I think www.something.com, that you would lay a complaint. Immediately you get your PVC. So I will drop the code for you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Tomorrow,
you very much.
Yeah, with that, we have come to the end of the program this morning. Bystanders and Newsters. I'm Christian Chuku. For Mr. Lajide, if you want to reach me on Facebook, Christian Chuku. You see my picture there, Christian Chuku. With everybody that have been watching, please like the video, like the program, like. Let's see your likes. Let's get up to 300, 400 likes. We have over 400 people watching this morning. Tomorrow we'll put the link so that you can call in. But today there are some issues we have with putting up the links so that you can contribute to the program. With that, I've come to the end of the program. I'm Christian Chuku. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.